Hi, welcome back to Chiefs Chronicles. I had a request from someone that emailed me. They've got a daughter that is starting to drive, and kind of worry about her. You know, they worry about her. I've never actually met her, but they were asking me if I could just kind of give them some pointers through email as far as, you know, if she's in a traffic stop or what to do if emergency vehicles are approaching and things like that. I mean, I've definitely got the experience to explain it, but this will be a very short video for those of you that, you know, don't really think you need to. All right, it's 70 degrees. It's February 10th. I just got bit by a mosquito. Anyways, so you may not need to know the information. If you don't watch the video, I guess. But it's pretty simple. So, you know, the best thing to tell your kids when they're starting to drive, you know, your teenagers, is the number one rule: don't do something silly in front of your friends. Don't smack that gas pedal, leaving a stop sign or something, because your friends are watching. That will get you in more trouble than anything else. A vehicle, the very first thing you have to understand, that's a 4,000-pound weapon. People die every single day because of wrong way drivers, somebody losing control of their vehicle, pedestrians getting hit. It's a 4,000-pound weapon. So that's the first thing that you have to understand. Now, as far as emergency vehicles, if you hear sirens, and it's just another good reason to have your window cracked or to have your stereo turned down somewhat. If you hear sirens coming, check your mirrors. Wherever these vehicles are coming from, the emergency vehicles, if they're coming up from behind you, pull all the way over to the right as far as you can get safely. Other traffic is going to either be ignoring it or not trying to get over, or they're going to all be rushing to get over as well. So pay attention to that. You're just going to gradually slow down, make sure your blinker's on, and just get over to the right as far as you can go. Emergency vehicles will always go to the left. That's our rule of thumb. And that doesn't matter if it's ambulance, fire truck, police, you know, whatever it is. And just do so safely. You don't need to get up on the curb or drive off the roadway. Just get as far over to the right as you can safely, and try to come to a safe stop. Turn on your hazards if you need to. If other people aren't hearing the sirens or seeing the emergency vehicles, when you're trying to pull over, turn your hazards on. As far as a traffic stop, if you're getting pulled over by the police, don't be upset. It's going to happen to everyone in their lifetime. I can remember a few people that were well into their 90s that I had stopped early in my career, and they were just happy. I mean, they were excited that they're finally getting stopped by police, and it was the very first time. And of course, I never had it in my heart to try and issue a ticket, you know, for that. That's, you know, somebody that age is if they've made it that long, they've earned a freebie. They've earned that courtesy. But if it's you that's being pulled over, again, pull over to the right. Never pull to the left, ever, especially on a highway. Pull all the way over to the right, right over to the very edge of that shoulder of the road, so that the officer has plenty of room to walk up beside your vehicle without being struck by traffic. As soon as you come to a stop, put your vehicle in park, or if it's a manual transmission, which most of the teenagers are going to go right when they hear that, they're going to go, if it's a what? So I'll say it anyways, though. If it's a manual transmission, put it in neutral, pull the emergency brake up, turn your vehicle off. Automatic transmission, just put it in park, turn your vehicle off, turn your hazards on. If it's daylight, roll down your driver's window, put both hands up on the steering wheel, and just leave them there. Just stick them up on the steering wheel in plain sight right at the top, and just leave them there until he instructs you what he wants you to do, or she. If it's at night, do the exact same thing, but turn your dome light on first. Turn on the interior lights on the vehicle first. Very simple. If an officer feels like you're making sure they know they're safe, that goes a long way. So keep that in mind. Be courteous. If you have an argument, the side of the road is not the place to do it at all. No court in this world has ever been held on the side of the road. If you don't believe that you were speeding or made an illegal turn or whatever it may be, simply let the officer know that you need to make sure you know when the court date is. Don't say anything past that. Just let them know, hey, I'd like to know when the court date is. You can argue in front of the judge. That's the only place to do it. You do not argue on the side of the road. If I always made it a practice that if I was going to issue a citation, I let the offender know that they were going to receive a citation before I ever returned back to my vehicle. That way they knew what was coming. There was no surprise. They had a few minutes by themselves to prepare for getting that citation. That being said, not everybody does that. So, just keep your cool. It's embarrassing. It sucks. I've gotten tickets. Almost everybody has gotten tickets. We've all been through it. So it is embarrassing. Everybody that drives past you knows because they've been there. So don't worry about it. Just learn from it. Pay attention to your speed or whatever your driving habit is that got you pulled over in the first place. Be courteous to the officer. Don't refuse to sign the ticket. That's just silly. That's ridiculous. He's already got you on video, on the in-car camera, and on his body camera. We already know that he was on the stop with you in that vehicle with that tag number. There's dispatch records. There's everything. There's zero reason whatsoever not to sign that ticket. And the officer will even recite to you, by signing this citation, it is not an admission of guilt. Okay? That's just saying that you will either pay the fine or appear in court on that court date, or make other arrangements prior to that court date. That's all it is. There's no obligation other than that. So once the officer is done issuing you your citation, if you have a question for the officer, just ask him. Sir, when you're done issuing me that citation, may I ask you a question? Don't impede his work. He's got to pay attention to all the vehicles whizzing by. He's got to make sure your car or his car isn't going to get rear-ended. Has to make sure that he hears all the radio traffic going on, because there may be another hot call that's coming out that's going to pull him away. There's so many things the public doesn't understand and they don't realize about law enforcement and what goes on. So just keep in mind, all those things are going through that officer's head, and he or she the entire time is trying to pay as much attention to what you're doing and what's going on around them as they possibly can. So by you asking a question, you're immediately getting their attention so that they're ready for your question. If you do have a question, as an example, okay, I understand you're citing me for an illegal turn. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be pulled over again. Can you tell me how to do it correctly? That's how you word a question. You do not word a question, hey, you're telling me that was an illegal turn. You're costing me money. So why don't you just explain to me how to make that turn right so I don't have to run into your dumbass again? And probably 60% of the people I dealt with, that's how they talked. It's so interesting. But just use common sense. Be courteous, be respectful, and you'll get the exact same thing back. Don't try to film them. Don't try to video them. That's just silly. All that does is tell them that you're a dumbass. That's 100% dead serious. That's all it tells us is he or she's a dumbass. They're definitely getting a ticket. Absolutely getting a ticket. So keep those things in mind. Normally an officer, when he's done with the traffic stop, before he leaves your vehicle window, he will tell you, please stay where you're at until my vehicle leaves. Once my vehicle leaves this traffic stop, you may go ahead and proceed onto the highway in a safe manner. Or he may say, once I return back to my vehicle, I will honk my horn. That means you're free to leave the traffic stop. I will stay there to make sure that it's a safe entry for you onto the highway. However he does it. Listen to it, do what he says. If you have questions, ask real quick so you got it right. And that's it. Traffic stop's over. You go home and tell your mom and dad, get grounded for 2 weeks from what the hell ever they ground kids from nowadays, and go on with your life. Pretty simple deal. If your friends pulled over, and this is much easier to say than it is to do, because I've done it. If you're driving down the highway and you see a friend of yours that's pulled over, and they're most likely, getting a citation for something, you have this urge to drive by and honk and wave, maybe call them during the traffic stop, by all means do it. Absolutely. I loved it every time that I was on a traffic stop with somebody and their friends drove by hooting and hollering and raising hell and honking, and it was great because I knew in my mind they're going to remember this stop no matter what. So feel free to do that. It's a good tactic for us. We enjoy that. Just like anything else, if you have questions on any of this or suggestions for any other content on the channel, just shoot me an email, ghallgrimson1969 at icloud.com, and let me know what you got in mind. But as always, this Chiefs Chronicles. I appreciate you viewing the video and putting up with me. I said in my last video that I've quit my full-time job and I'm trying to. God, I really want to get this going so bad because the first responders really deserve it, and the mental health side really needs to come out. People need to understand it. So, with that being said, the only paycheck I'm going to get is going to be donations or contributions through my channel, through my website, Chiefs Chronicles, and that's by, let's see, I've got 2 Venmos. The first Venmo is at G Hallgrimson. The second Venmo is at support-Hallgrimson. And I have a PayPal, ghallgrimson at live.com. Man, I can't believe this weather. This is ridiculous. But, all right, well, I hope everybody has a great day. And please, man, send me some emails, make some comments, whatever it takes. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd absolutely love to have more ideas on what kind of content you guys want to see so I can get it on there. I've got some great interviews coming up, some really good stuff that I think everybody's really going to enjoy seeing, and hopefully I'll get a lot more subscribers. No matter what, just please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's very important to me at this juncture. So I hope everybody has a good day, and hopefully your weather is as beautiful as this. Thank you.